Right here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Who? Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? Hey? Good boy.
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, dum, ding, dong, dang. So it's all good. Right here we go. Hello there, everyone. What's going on? Welcome to the Guitar Show in Sydney. It's Manny here for a Tuesday session, lunchtime session. What do we got? Terry's here and Dana's here. Welcome on in, the two ladies of the hour. We've got some, I'm covered in sawdust. I've been chopping wood all day. We've got our neck woods sliced up, and we're going to show you those in a minute. We're going to thickness those and get them to the right dimensions, put some things together, get some feedback around design, how many layers. I've got a five layered sandwich to put in there, but I'm thinking maybe a couple of little finer pieces in there just to mix it up a little bit. We'll see how we go. Let's have a look at how are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's get stuck into it. We may as well just quickly flick the bench cam over and have a look, a good squawk, as they say, at what we got going. So let's have a little look at that. If I can just flick that camera. There we go. We've got wood. Maple. Now this is what I thought was ebony, but I think it's Paduke. It's a lot lighter on the inside, and the grain's a little bit different. And Paduke's a good wood to laminate with. But I'm going to put that laminate. So what we're looking at is a piece of maple down the outside, a layer of Paduke, a thinner piece of maple in the center, another layer of Paduke, and then the outside maple. And that's the sandwich, if you like. Okay, it's going to look like that. That's the back of the neck and the front of the neck. You'll see that. You won't see that in the front because this guy is going to go over the top of it. But at the back, when we do the carve, you're going to see a red stripe, a white stripe in the middle. It's going to be layered like that, sandwich like that. And it's nice and wide because we've got this part which goes over the body, nice and wide to put the pickups in there. We've got that. This is the center, essentially the center of the guitar. And we're going to have the wings glued to it like that. And you can see now why we're taking some of these wings off here, because this is going to compensate. So half of that will take off the equal amount of this body blank and the other half off the other body blank, and that way the width of the guitar won't be too wide. We're taking out that small strip, 2-inch strip, to accommodate that 2-inch strip there, which will replace that essentially. So the wings will be glued to the side of that. That neck starts here and goes all the way up, 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 all the way up to there. And then we're going to have a headstock cut in here. Thinking of a slightly angled headstock going away. And of course, once we put this guy on here, so the truss rod's going down in there, we've got ebony strips in there, additional ebony strips to stiffen this up, and that guy's going to go over the top like that. And of course the back, if we flip that over, once we carve that, the back will be all those colours, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense? How does that look, Terry? Dana, what does that look like? Have we got a good feel for what we're doing? Busy as heck. Back to work. Never mind. The colours work well. They do work well. Bacon base. Body. Silky oak, aka lacewood. Look at the detail. OCD to the next level. Like they ran out of ladders, steps on the ladder, and they put another one on. Bacon wood. Camphor laurel is the bacon wood, colloquially known as. That's only because Buddha called it that. 5 laminated strips of American maple ebony, and fingerboard rosewood. The base will have a combination of P-bass pickups and J-bass pickups. Very good detail there, Dana. You did really well. And we might change that to Paduke because I'm not sure that's ebony. Terry loves it. Terry loves it because it's got colours. Mav's in the house. Mav, how you doing? Big cheers for Mav. Okay, so that's what we've got to do now. We've got to do some work on these guys. I've got to essentially, as you can see, these are rough cut. I put them on the table saw, but you can see these edges are all bodgy as hell. And so what I need to do is get this thickness. I need to get this and get the saw marks up here. You've got saw marks from the circular table saw. I'll show you a better one. Oh, look at that one. You've got these big saw marks. You see that step? I've got to get rid of that. So it's going to take about 1 millimeter or so, maybe 1/16 of an inch off this. So it'll bring it down a little bit in thickness, but that's okay. We've overcompensated. We've got enough there to get us going. I'm going to put that through the machine up there, the Ryobi thicknesser, in a minute. I'm not OCD. I'm OCD where the letters are in the proper order. CDO. Oh, that's very good. Ha! Very good, very good. Ha! I think, yes. Don't think too hard. Just say thank you and move on. Right. Now the body, if we can remember yesterday what's going on with the body, let's get across to the body. We've got that guy marked out. This camera's really good. I'm really happy with this camera. Terry, are you happy with this camera? I'm really happy with this camera. We've staggered these body blocks. So essentially what we're going to have is this guy there, and I'll show you what the problem is here. Once we lay these guys down, so once that neck gets put through that body, you can see, it's too long to do it here, but essentially what we're going to have is these layers, and look how wide that body's now become. Once you put that neck in there, that 3-inch wide neck in there, 3.5 inch or so, you've got too much body. It's like a double, it looks like the width of a double neck guitar, right? So what we need to do is take off 1 3/4 inches. If we split that 3.5 inch, 3.5, let's say, inches in half, we need to take 1 3/4 inches off each inside edge to bring this body, of course, in there and have this neck fit into there where we want it. Of course, this is going to be chambered as well. So we need to measure all that out, get it cut, and then we do the chambering, and then we're good to go with putting it together. So first things first, we need to get this neck sorted out. You can see all those tooth marks there from the saw. Can you see those tooth marks there, guys? Yeah, we've got to get all that planed out. Now that doesn't have to happen until we glue it all together, because that's the top edge and the bottom edge. What we need to do, and if you look at the top edge, it's actually about 1/8 of an inch higher than the body. 1/8 of an inch higher than the body. So there's enough room to plane that and sand that, plane that, and then sand it flat with the body so it's one contiguous piece once we get everything glued together. We need to get these marks out on these edges though, which are the dress or the edges, the glue edges, the face edges where we glue this thing together. These are longer than they need to be. They're 1.2 meters or about 4 feet. And I think we only need about 3 feet for this base of neck. So 3 foot neck from the top of the headstock, maybe 3.5, 3'6". Top of the headstock right down to the bottom of the base of the body. And that's about 3 to 3.5 feet. And that'll accommodate a 34-inch scale. So 34 inches, if you remember how we work the scale length out, it's from, Terry, can you remember where the scale is worked out from? Where is the scale worked out? Well, if we take a neck, the scale is worked out from the tip, the inside of the nut, 0 fret as they call it, all the way down to where the bridge is, and the saddle's on the bridge, and that's the string scale length. And we adjust those saddles to get the right length. 34 inches is for this base. And of course, that's why you see a lot of the bridges right down the back of the base, near the bottom, almost hanging off the end of it, because you've got that extra length from 26.5 or 25.5 on a normal guitar to another 10 inches. It's a long way back. So, Lisa's in the house. What's going on, Willie? Leslie's here as well. G'day, Leslie. How are you? Great to see you guys. I'm glad you're here. This is fun. This is exciting. I love building this base. This is going to be such a fun build. Dana, is it going to be a fun build? Terry, is it going to be a fun build? Everyone. So, let's recap for the slow pokes that just popped in. But I've sliced up some wood. We've got maple. And what I thought was ebony looks like Paduke. So we've got maple. We've got Paduke. We've got maple. We've got Paduke. And we've got maple. There's the laminated sandwich for the neck blank. That's the width. It's roughly 4 inches. I think it's going to be down to closer to 3.5 by the time we finish. Let me just take a measurement of that. I will be shaving these down a slight thou or two. Yeah, that's a good 4 inches exactly. So I've cut that to 4 inches exactly, which is perfect. It'll get down to about 3.5, 3.75 by the time we plane a 16th or an 8th off all these pieces, because we've got to get those dress edges nice and clean. And of course the bottom is going to be wider, and of course then we're going to cut it and taper the neck like you would a normal neck further up. But that's our laminate. Now I'm thinking, do we add any more in here? I don't want to add any more. I think that's probably more than enough. I'll shave these down a thou or two and see how they look. Yummy sandwich, that's it. Ha! Is it going to be a fun build? Show me. Show me, Dana, what you've just created. Is it going to be a fun build? Successfully added command, fun build. My God. Running away with it. Running away with the show, you are. Creating commands on the fly. But they're going everywhere. Let's get this workbench set up here. I'm going to put my apron on because there's going to be a bit of dust and stuff flying around. Terry, do we need safety gear? What do we need? We need aprons and masks and crap? Yes, we do. Indeedy. Indeedy. Okay, let's get going. Yes, super fun. The amazingly, my God, talk about, and it has to be a hank print, that's right. You're only amazing if it's a hank print, not an apron, but a hank print. Okay, got that on. Let's get, what I might do is just set up over here first. You'll watch me in that camera there. Just march up here. I'm going to move some of this rubbish. I've got crap everywhere on the floor because I was sawing up wood and what have you this morning to get the right lengths. Let me move some of this stuff and I'll get cracking. Pull that cable out. We don't need that big dangerous table saw any longer. Let me get this guy sorted out. I will plug this over here because we'll need that in a minute. I will remove this thing. I will make sure there's enough room at the back here. I think there is. Stick this guy under there. Out of the way. yardstick up there. Now, let's check out our space here. Get the longest piece I've got, this guy here. And let's pop him through here and see how he goes. Make sure he doesn't touch the back wall. Ooh, that's very close to the back wall. Let's bring this guy forward a bit. I'm not going to trim it down until I get it all together. Whoopsie daisy, what's going on here? Something's fallen. Whoopsie daisy, something's fallen. Woo! Position this better. Okay, I think we're good now. Run this guy. Yep, we're good. So that's where we want it. Let's pop this guy back up. Okay. Like I bought one. There we go. Plug her in and let her rip. Plug her in and let her rip, Terry. I gotta get my safety gear on. I know. I'm just getting this position first. We're good to go. Right. Alrighty, folks. Let's get our safety gear on. Where are we? We ready for safety gear? We are. Let her rip. That's it. Whew. Karen Day. My God, I just saw the wee. What's going on? How are you, Kaz? We have got lots of stuff going on. Mate, we're building a base. We're building a base and we're laminating a neck. I'll show you what I mean. So we've got laminated pieces here. See this? Oh. Paduke. What looks like Paduke, I think. Yeah, it's not ebony. It's definitely Paduke. Five sandwiches, five-piece sandwich. Sandwiches are always yummy. So we're going to have it like that. There's our neck that's going to be glued together. And those two stripes are going at the back all the way up. This guy here is going to fit right through the body of the guitar. So the bass is going to look like, this is going to get glued like that. One side and the other wing on the other side here, and that's going to be the through part. Of course, we're putting the bacon wood on top, so you won't see these stripes until you get to the headstock. But on the back, as we flip it over, when I carve that, you'll see the three colors or the three stripes as I color it. Sandwich. It's a triple decker, almost. It's like a traditional Caesar, no. What's the sandwich? The club traditional New York club sandwich. That's what it looks like. Layers and layers of stuff. Okay, so what we're doing is we just set up the thicknesser, and we're going to get these three guys first. Actually, I'll do the Paduke first because that's small. I've got to get my safety gear on according to Terry. Terry, do I need my safety gear on? I do. So let's get some goggly googlies on and some masks on. Karen Day, how have you been? You didn't stream yesterday, but that's okay. Or did you? Did I miss you? Were you on the stream? It's going to be awesome. How's your week been? How was your weekend? Are you okay? Are you well? My headache was really bad, but it went away eventually. So anyway, I'm good now. I did not. Okay. Oh, that's good. In a way, that's very good. I'm glad you didn't turn on the computer. And that's a good thing sometimes. It's a very good thing sometimes. Let's put this fighter pilot mask thing on. Who is that? Nathan? Is that Nathan? Oh, no, it's Luthier from Utah. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome on in. Spent the day with Mum, kicked her to the curb at the airport, then spent time swinging on the porch with the dogs. That's what we like. That's how we roll. All right, let's put this on. Get the dust out of my head. I'm going to go and start off with this now. That's going to be loud. I might mute you because we're going to be loud, okay? So let me mute you. Actually, what I'll do, let me see. I'll mute this one. No, I won't mute it. I'll just turn it right down. I'll just slide the volume down. Is that really soft now, Terry? Can you still hear me? We have volume control. Yeah, I know, but it's pretty abrupt. All right, I'll leave it up. We were in the bands on the West Coast hurricane, so we had the most wonderful weather for August, so enjoyed it. Oh, nice. That hurricane. How's that? Is that loud enough? That's loud enough. We'll leave it there. You can't hear me. Okay, I've gone back up now, so you should be able to hear me now. I'm going to leave it there. You guys sort out your own volumes, okay? Stop it! Did you get that? You guys sort out your own volume. Right, here we go. Damn it. I'll do the Paduk first. I'm going to need the calipers because I want to make sure I get these exactly the same thickness. Okay. I'll turn that up a little bit more. There we go. That should be nice and loud. Okay. Here we go, guys. Warning, your ears. Look after them. I'll grab my calipers so I can check the thickness of this thing as I go. Right, let's go. Woohoo! measure that now. Get a reading. 8.8 millimeters. About a third of an inch. Perfect. That's good. We'll do the other one the same. Nice and clean now. Clean right up. I'll show you that in a minute. Let's get on to the next one. Exactly the same, 8.8. Hang on, is that right? Yep, they're good. They're ready to go. Okay, so let's have a little look at these guys. Now that they're cleaned up, I'll catch up with the chat too. Hang on a sec. So, you can see they're nice and clean now. You can see that pattern, the pattern on that. Nice and clean. Smooth, nice gluing surface. Got one in there. Right, we've got to do the maple now. So we start with the two outside ones. Start with these guys. See how we go. Let me catch up with the chat. Have a little break. I won't take my mask off. Hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. Goodness gracious, dusty as all hell. Everyone's talking about life. Good. Yes, badass. Absolutely. Bacon wood. There it is there, bacon base. Terry's got the command. Dana did that command. They worked it out, and that tells you exactly what's going in this guy. So have a little look, see. What I'm going to do is now take the maple pieces and start on those. So let's do that. Let's get the maple over there, and let's get this guy sorted out. Oh. Exactly 1 inch. 1 inch. 25 millimeters. Let's do the same for this guy. This guy might be a bit more. Oh, no, that's fine. That'll work. Yep. Okay, let's go. All right, so we've got our maple, and you can see the grain now on that maple. I'll show you. You'll see that grain pop a little bit. It's not flamed, but it's just a plain maple. It's clean now. Look at that. You can see the maple rings. There's our maple. So nice and clean. There's this one here, a little bit of colour. This is the middle strip. The middle strip's actually got some beautiful rings in it there. So we're popping it in like that though, so it's all quarter sawn. So that'll be nice and stiff, nice and hard. It should be very stable. So let's do this one. So so far we've got this. This. And we need that middle piece. Let's get this middle piece sorted out. Okay, let's go. Sawdust flying, you love it. So those maple strips are a 1/4 inch thick now. They were just a little bit over that. They're about 1 1/4, and now they were 1 1/4, and now they're 1 inch exactly. Okay, cool. Let's get on with it. Let's get this last piece done. There we go, looking good. Let me take this off. Woo. Man glitter everywhere. Man glitter everywhere. My God, I'm swamped by man glitter. Okay, let's have a look at this neck. There we go. Nice and clean. Good straight edges. Good clean edges. Beautiful maple. Maple there. All good to go. We slot that guy in there. That, line them all up. Let's get some lengths in here and sort this out. That. Essentially, this is what we're looking at now. This is our sandwich, right? We've got our sandwich. We've got to glue all those together, clamp that up. Terry, are we going to clamp it up? We're going to clamp it up, and then we're going to plane that. As you can see, there's a little bit of high. You can see some pieces are higher than others, but that's going to be all nice and level. That's 50 millimeters. We're going to get that down 1/4 inch to 44, 45, which is the thickness of the body. So it'll be nice and level with the body once we put it all together and put the wings on it. Okay, so let's have a little catch up with the chat. Give me a little break as well, just to straighten up a little bit. You've got to focus on that thing, because if your hands get, I kept my hands well clear of that. It tends to pull it through on its own. Just be very careful not to catch anything in that machine, anything that pulls stuff through. You lasses that have got long hair, you'd have to have it tied up and in a hairnet or something. I would not allow you in the workshop, otherwise. Safety first, as Mav says. Safety first, as Terry says. We don't have enough clamps. How many clamps do we need? All of them. We have plenty of clamps, Terry. We don't need that many. We've got plenty of clamps, because what we're going to do is use the sash clamps as well. I've got 3 big sash clamps just to take up the majority of the pressure. And of course, we can be 3-4 inches apart. We don't have to have them right next to each other. What we'll do is we'll put another strip of wood on the outside of them to stop the marks, and then we'll squeeze that. And as we squeeze those longer pieces, external sandwich pieces inside the five layers of sandwich inside, we'll put 2 more layers on the outside. They will evenly distribute that pressure and get that done. We don't have enough clamps, Terry. I know, never enough. Story of our lives. We never have enough clamps. It's all good. Cheers, big ears. Yes, that is going to happen. Hank with the raid, 16 viewers. How you doing, Hank? What is going on, everybody? Thank you for raiding Hank Bud. Giving a big shout out, please. Terry, give that man a shout out. There it is. Hank Bud, guys, if you haven't seen Hank, beautiful guitar. Luthier, beautiful guitars in his awesome style and collection. Go and check him out. And do yourselves a favor, go buy 3 guitars from him right now. Right. For those suckers that came over from his stream, what's happening, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you very much for the raid. I'm going to show you the base that I'm building. So let's have a look at the workbench. We just planed these pieces. So what I thought was ebony looks like it's Padauk. So I've got maple, an inch thick of an inch of maple, a 1/3 of an inch or 8 millimeters of Padauk, another nearly 1/2 inch of maple, another 8 millimeters of Padauk, and then another inch of maple. There's our neck. That's our sandwich for our neck, our base neck. We're going to have a truss rod through the middle. We're going to have 2 ebony rods on either side of that truss rod for support. I'm going to use ebony, not carbon fiber. There's the specs there. There's a command that somebody buzzed up there. Ha! Thank you. You didn't need to do that, mate. I knew you would have had more sanding to do. So there's a neck. Here's our fretboard. 34-inch scale, a nice, beautiful rosewood. That's going to be our fretboard. The baconwood cap. So that's the cap that's going over the top of it. And of course, the body is lace wood or silky oak. This stuff here, that's the body. That's going to be chambered. That is going to have some of those, an inch taken off there, obviously an inch taken off there, and that neck through is going to go all through there, and then the cap's going on top. And then, of course, the cap goes on top. We cut that area out. Of course, we put the fretboard over the top of that, and we're good to go. That is basically that. So, haven't made a bass for a very long time. I've only ever built one other bass. It was a 4-string. This will be a 4-string as well. The other bass was a bolt-on. This is the first neck-through bass that I'm building. But I have been doing some research, and I don't want to use carbon fibre, not because they don't work. Carbon fibre works. I want to use ebony. The test here will be for twist. We've got quarter sawn pieces, and we've alternated those. So we've got the grain working against itself. So we've got quarter piece, flat saw, quarter piece, flat saw, quarter piece, quarter sawn, I should say. So that's going to give us what we need. Now that camera's flickering, and it shouldn't because it's a brand new camera. So I'm thinking maybe there is it's a processor thing with my doobie whacker. Be Bumstead in the house. What is happening, brother? Good to see you. Gatto's here as well. Raid, of course. What's going on, Gats? Good to see you. The great Gatsby. The great Gatto's be. So we need to get this guy glued up. And I'm just going to double check the length for this thing. So we need approximately, the scale length is 34 inches. So why is it doing that? I don't like the fact that it's doing that. Let me just flick back. We've got some flickering going on, and it's probably a little bit of lag, CPU lag or something, but bear with me. This camera seems to be a bit jerky as well. All right, we'll get that guy going. I might just, I'll quickly just disable that guy. Quickly disable it and re-enable it because it's a brand new camera. The other one is definitely buggered, but this one here needs to stop flickering. I'd say it's CPU related. Activate. Right. So there we have it. There's our pieces. Now, I'm going to move this guy, and I'm going to grab some straight edges, and I'm going to clamp this guy up. Okay, Terry? We're going to move this bench here. We're going to go to the floor, which is concrete and flat, and we're going to get the sash clamps in here and clamp this guy up and glue that up. I'm going to take some measurements first. I want to measure some things. Let me raise this up a little bit. We want to take some measurements. So I need it to be 34-inch scale. So the 34-inch scale equates to roughly about 90 centimeters or so. I've gone 1.20 meters for this thing, including extra wood to go just past the bridge. So 1.2 should be more than enough for a headstock and a neck. Let me just measure that with the straight rule and see what we've got lengthwise all the way up to here. Actually, I'll grab a tape measure because it's over a meter. We start long, and then we trim it as we need. So if I grab a doobie whacker and I move that doobie whacker down here, I've got 1.3, which is plenty. I've got about 8 inches of spare wood, which is good because I can then I can always trim it. But I can't always add stuff on. I'm going to hand cut a very mild angled headstock. It's probably going to be 7 to 8 degrees, not 15 or 13. It's going to be about half that, very subtle. We'll see how we go. I might go the full 15 because the 15 and the 13 is ideal for that sort of tension. But there are other things, of course, to take into consideration. Okay, let's do that. Let's get some glue. Let's get sorted out here and let's glue this guy down. It's going to be a sweet base. It is going to be a sweet base. I think it's going to be awesome. I like the fact that these laminates work really well together. It's really pretty clean. It's a clean line, clean base. This thing's going to look amazing. Let's have a look at this with some. I always go back and do this because it always blows me away, looking at that bacon wood with a little bit of color on there. So let's wet that guy up. Obviously that's got gaps there. I've got to re-glue these caps together. I'm going to split that down the middle. I'm going to true up those edges because they're a little bit bent at the sides. But what I'll do is I will straighten that out and glue it together. But I want to have a look at the color of that. I want to show you guys the color. Let's have a little look at the color because it's something else. Let me tell you. Dana almost had kittens when she saw this. Bacon wood. It's not bacon wood. It's camphor laurel. Black hardware, black matte hardware. P-base, precision base pickups here, 2 of them, staggered, and then of course a jazz in the bridge. The bridge is about here, right near the backside, and of course that neck's going to run up 34-inch scale. But look at the flame and the texture in that. Beautiful. Show us the fancy wood grain. There it is, there, right? So that guy there. If you look at the body's going to be nice. It's going to be chambered. And it's going to have a little belly cut at the back, and that's about it. It's based on the shape of the body is based on, and I'll show you the template that we cut out yesterday, wherever that thing is. Here it is here. So we used the neoclassical, my go-to design. We used the Les Paul style horn at the short end. We've gone reasonably flat across here because it is a neck through, so we don't need this section here. That will all come from the neck, and we'll carve that in. And I've extended the fender horn and just made that a little longer, so it staggers. It goes sort of at an angle. Same with the bass line. It's a nice design. Give you a little look there. It's a pretty basic bass, but it's gonna be sweet. We're going to put a chamber through here. We're going to put a chamber in here, of course, all the way through where the controls are. The cap's going to go on top of that. And, of course, we're going to put so you have 3 buttons there, just all volumes, 2 to control the split P-bass, precision pickup, 1 for the jazz, and that's it. Keep it nice and simple. Ha! Hank was like, make barn casters. He does. Hank likes the barn caster. He can store his cows in it. That's why. Okay, so this is quite level. I'm going to use this guy here to glue these together. We don't have to go and get, we're just going to use the clamps that we've got, and I've got a few big clamps as well. We'll get it glued up on here and let that sit on there. So I'll put these back up here. So, it's nice and flat. We're going to glue this guy. Let me grab a beam to put under there so it sits on something a bit longer. I've got a nice big plank of red gum. I've got a nice big plank of red gum. There's that red gum that I'm talking about. There it is, there it is. I'm going to put this on the red gum plank. There we go. Rest assured, we're nice and straight. In actual fact, that dark red gum would look beautiful as little pinstripe accents, but I'm not going to go to that detail. Oh no, I'm not going to go that anal with this thing. We're going to just do a basic 5-piece laminate. That's good enough. It's going to rock and roll, let me tell you, for nothing. Doofus. Let me tell you that for nothing. Doofus. Just making sure the ends are good. That's clean. Okay, that's going to be our base end here. The headstock's going up this end. So. And we're going to plane that down anyway to get these all nice and level. All right. Bespoke down electrode. Doofus, for the rare occasion when Manny has a lapse and really sticks his foot in it. You know I do that. I do that often. Let's get some glue. Glue, glue, glorious glue. Where the hell is it? I've lost my glue. Here it is. Let's get some clamps. Terry, we need clamps. Damn it. Some clamps, girl. Let's get started, shall we? Rightio. Now the problem with this, it's a pain in the butt. You're going to have to put glue on one side there, whack the other one on there, then glue that, and whack the other one on, glue that, and whack the other one on, glue that, and whack the other one on. So, let's start like that. We'll sandwich them, then we'll roll them over, and then we'll clamp it together. We'll get on this side first. Glue, glorious glue. Any questions? Actually, let me just move that out of the way. Let me just change this camera for a bit. I just need a break for a sec. I'm just going to take 2 seconds just to chillax a little bit because what do we got? Dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. More than a dab. My God, Dana, you're going to run out of ideas. Seriously. A roll. Yes, they're on a roll. I like to roll them down a big hill. I guess we better do this. Let's get our little scraper. Just even that glue out. Do not be scant with the glue. Go hard or go home. Put a nice 2 big beads snaking up through there and spread that out and just get that nice and level. Terry knows that song. I think she knows that tune. Terry, do you know that tune? Is it called Food, Glorious Food? Spread that evenly. Make sure there's no gaps. I'm going to put some more on, just to make sure I've got enough there. I want to really get a good contact. It's very important to get this thing solid as. Just drag that over. It does spread to the edges. Making sure there's enough there. See some gaps and we'll put a little bit more in there. Better to put in more than not enough. Now, before I put that piece on, I'm going to get some tape just to tape that down, and then we'll clamp it up in the end just to hold it in place. Just need a couple of pieces of tape. You don't need glue on both surfaces; it'll bite into both. They've both been plain now. They're they're cleaned up. They're even. It will bite down. What I need to do is line this guy up, overhang this piece because it's longer. Throw it on top. So. I won't tape it down actually. I'll leave it as it is. Actually, we will tape it down just on one side. Just to hold it level, that's fine. We'll double check that. Once we sit that down, it'll bite. Let's get glue on this guy. Glue, glue, glorious glue, glorious glue. Back the other way. Look at that. Out of phase sine waves. In phase, out of phase, in phase, out of phase, in phase, out of phase, in phase, out of phase. Talk about OCD. There you go. There's OCD for you, Dana. Let me tell you. Da, 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 da. I've got a few minutes before this thing starts going off. Okay, good to go. Next layer, Mr. Maple. Bang, down you go. Slipping around a little bit, that's okay. We don't care. It's fine. We're going to line it all up. We're going to set it all up. We're just going to get the glue down there first. Glue these edges up. Doesn't move too much. So it doesn't really slide upwards and we get the length wrong. Just want to line up the base and keep the length together. Okay, so more glue and then the other Paduke. Let's go. More glue, more glue. Do it! Wim, what's going on? What's going on? We're making a base. Wim, we're making a base. We're laminating a neck. We're going nuts with the glue at the moment. Terry's loving it. You can never have enough glue and you can never have enough clamps, according to Terry. So we're trying to accommodate those requirements. Okay. Let's spread that out. Spread the goodness across this plane. La da da dee. Doody doody doo. Pa 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 pa. Don't worry about drips. We've got to plane this a couple of mil once we're done. So don't sweat it, Mr. Magoo. Don't sweat it, Mr. Magoo. Righty then. Let's get the other piece on there. Padook, padook. Nice. Gripped. Nice. Let's get some tape on that bottom edge. Don't you go running away. Don't you go sliding away. I've got your glue. I've got you glued. Don't you go sliding away. Sometimes if you sing to them, they tend to just relax and not run away. One more layer. Then we'll clamp it up. Terry, are you ready? We've got clamps. We've got stuff going on. There's clampage to be done. I've got another bottle of glue, so don't sweat it. We're running low, but don't sweat it. Don't you fret. Don't you sweat. We're all good. Just relax. You silly sausage. We've got glue coming out of our nostrils. There's stuff everywhere. Okay, that should be more than enough. Let's smooth that out and get on with the show. Get on with the clampage. Clamp it up. He said, clamp it up. He said, she said, all right, I'll clamp it up. Where are the clamps? That's another story. Oh my God, I'm bored. You can tell when I do something like gluing, which bores me to tears. I go a bit kooky and I start singing silly things just to amuse myself, to break the boredom. Then again, I do that most days these days. Sing silly songs to break the boredom. Quick, boy, get that extra glue off. Do not have mags of glue hanging off the edge. We want all the glue hanging in the middle of the pieces. There we go. That's better. I like it a lot. We'll clamp one end up. We'll flip it over, lay it down, and bingo. We will go bang, 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 bang. Clamps everywhere. Terry will be happy. She'll be able to relax and sleep tonight because we're going to have clamps everywhere. Clampage is what's required. Is that not right, Terry? Yes, it is. Terry will tell you. It's dead right. There's the rest of that. Now let's get that last piece on there. And let's clamp these mothers down. Clamp your mother down. Clamp your mother down. Do, 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 do. Clamp your mother down. I don't think the song goes that way, but it just fitted in that nicely there with that. It's a nice segue. Whew. That's more weight. Look, Dana, are you complaining now? God, only someone with your OCD would sit there and probably measure the glue that we actually put there. I bet you she measured it. Right. Let's put this bit on here. Like so. That's going to be the headstock. Yes, it is. So this end here, my friends. This end here, my friends. I'm going to leave that there like that, and I'm going to clamp one end and then flip it and clamp the rest while it sits flat on this guy. I do need to wipe that. Let me just move that off this table onto here. Just putting some tape down so that if it does get stuck, we can peel it off and then clean up the edges, which we're going to clean anyway. over now. Grab that sandwich. Couple of taps. Okay, clamp time. Clamp time. Let's go. Put some clamps on this guy. Do one end first. Keep them down on the ground. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. Get down there. Get down there. Squeeze together. Done. There. I'm going to alternate the clamps in and out, in and out. What I mean by that, I'm going to clamp this way and that way and this way and that way. Believe it or not, the pressure and the tension does put some twist on the neck. So by doing this, you're distributing the twist. We're going to go about 6 inches apart. Make sure they're all down on the ground as much as we can. We are going to plane them slightly. Squeeze that bugger. And we've got glue coming out, which is good. Keep on going. Keep on going. Terry keeps on going. Doopy-doo, doopy-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Grab a piece of wood and tap that puppy down. Nice. Got glue everywhere. We'll go in between as well, Terry. I'm just going to get this glued down and then we'll squeeze that guy in some more. Very nice. It's going well. Get a nice strong grip in there until we get masses of squeeze out. Like that. That's why we put that paper underneath there, because it will stick to that paper. We'll be able to lift it. Clamps. More clamps, Terry. More clamps, Terry. Beautiful. More clamps, Terry. Where are they? My God. More clamps. Grab a little mallet. Just tap those down. Make sure they haven't swung up because of a bit of twist. Oh, yep, got it. Gotcha! You naughty thing. What I need here is this little munchkin. This not so little munchkin, I should say. Because I need to squeeze that guy down, as you can see down here. It's bringing up a little bit, so I'm going to push this guy down. Down. Yes, you do. You go down to the ground. Okay, now we're good. And of course, we clamp this guy this way as well. Gotcha. Right, we've got glue everywhere. Absolutely. Holy smokes. I've got to wipe some of this. A bit more tape under there. And we're going to do, Terry, are we going to put extra clamps in between now? Are we going to stick extra clamps in between now, Terry? What are we doing? Are we doing that? Are we going there? Holy crap. It's all squeezed out. What are we doing, Terry? Are we putting more clamps? Are we using the rest? Yes! If there's room, they're not extra. I know, mate. I know. I know I've got a ton more to put in there, so let me put some more in there. Let me put some more in there, guys. There's another 10 or so we can throw in there. We got plenty of clamps. Plenty of clamps. Plenty of clamps. We've got plenty of clamps. Do-dee-dee-doo. Do-dee-dee-doo. Clamps everywhere. Clamp it up. Clamp it up. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. We've got clamps everywhere. Make them go nice and tight. Clamps. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Lots of clamps, lots of clamps. We put in here lots of clamps. More clamps, more clamps, more clamps, more clamps, more clamps. Putting more clamps, getting more clamps in here. More clamps. Ah, right. 3 more. One in here. One in here. And finally, last but not least, one on the end. Gotcha. Clamped up. We're done. Woo. Clamps everywhere. Clamps everywhere. We're all clamped up. We're all clamped up. Now, Terry's going to find a couple of spots like there and there. She goes, you can put another clamp in there. You can put another clamp in there. What about that one there? You can put another clamp in there. So, I will put another clamp in there. Am I right, Terry? Am I right? Here a clamp, there a clamp. There's no such room though. There's no such what? Yeah, never enough. Okay, so we've got a couple more spots just in here. And I've got 2 more clamps, so I may as well use them in these little tight spots. And 1 more over here in this spot right here. I say, Cameron Day. Here a clamp, there a clamp, everywhere a clamp, clamp. Close that bottle of glue. Clamp it up. Just this little spot here. I'm going to move this guy down. And I'm going to distribute this tension a little bit more evenly. Pop a guy in here. Get some anti-twist going this way. We're good. Done. Done, done, done. Done, done, dun. Oh. There we have it. It's clamped up. Clamps galore. Clamps galore. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. I'll tell you what, that knackered me basically. It took the mickey out of me. That was quite exhausting. Cutting all that crap up this morning and then planing it all and then getting it all glued up and, oh boy. Sheesh. Absolutely. Wiggly eyes and numbers. Dana, don't you go getting any smarty pants ideas. I might be able to do that. I think we have to get numbers on them. If I get numbers on them and there's 38 clamps, are you going to make 38 commands for every single clamp that goes on there? Exclamation 1, exclamation 2, exclamation 3, and there'll be some kind of anecdotal dimwittery going on in the background. The joy of unclamping. Momo, you love clamps. I know, I've heard that about you. Sweet, sweet, sweet. What's going on here? Thank you very much for the... let me have a look and see who's on, and I'll try and return the favour because I've been a slack ass lately. Karen Day, have I been a slack ass lately? Absolutely. Rhinus Leatherworks. Do you want to go check out the leather dude? Some of you would be into that, I guess. Remember to make... Oh, yeah, no worries. I'll do that, Terry. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you for the reminder. Let's raid Rhinus Leather Work. I hope I get this right. How do we... I've got to go to his... Is it Rhinus Leather? Is it Rhinus Leather Work? What is it? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Why do they truncate his name? How do I know what his full name is? Oh, here we go. Leatherworks. Rhinus Leatherworks. Let's do that. Rhinus Leatherworks. Okay, here we go. 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 Mm-hmm. Right. Chat. I'm going to do a raid command now. Hopefully it works. Where is it? How do I spell Rhinus again? Is it RH? Yes. Underscore. Leatherworks. I think that's right. Is it with an H? We'll find out in a second, I guess. Did that work? Sassy with me. Little Miss Sassy Pants. I can't even tell what I've done there. What did I do? See you later, Nift. All right. I issued something. I don't know what's happened. You just lolled. Wim, you're out of control. I don't even know what I've done. Hang on. Haha, Sassy Pants. All right, let's go. I'll see you guys later. I'm not in tomorrow. Thursday, Thursday, yes, I will be on Thursday, but I might be a little bit later, about 15 or 20 minutes later than normal in 2 days' time. So I won't be back tomorrow. I'm going to have a break tomorrow. I'm probably going to unhook this guy, plane it down, and then on Thursday we can start shaping that neck, getting the headstock cut out, getting the heel transition area, work on the wings and see if we can thin them out. So I'll catch you then, guys. Yeah, okay. Well, the mods should start it, Karen. Are they allowed to do that? Terry, can you do that? Can you try raiding? You have access to raid? /raid? Dana, do you know? It doesn't work for me. I don't know what's going on. It takes like 4 hours for it to appear. I mean, my computer's a big bag of dog do, but that's not the real problem here. Maybe it's user error. Karen would know. Anyway, I'm going, guys. She should. Okay. Well, you can be the boss of her then, Karen, and you can tell her that. I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Be careful. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves as well. Spend some time outside. Get some sunshine if you can. Your summer is rolling on. Our spring is around the corner. I cannot wait. The name, Rhinus Leatherworks. I think it's RHINUS_Leatherworks. I can't remember. Oh, it might be. Oh man, let me check it. Oh, let me spell that properly. Hang on. Yeah, it's RINUS, no H. Rhinus. That's the one, Momo. That's the one. So if you can do that, Terry, that would be very, very good. I'm going to head off though. I've got to run. Guys, take it easy. Love you all. Be good. I'll catch you in a couple of days. Thanks for being here. Manny from the Guitar Show in Sydney. Going to get some lunch and get stuck into some work I've got to do. See you in 2 days. Bye for now.